Yo, hey, party people. How y'all doing today? It is your man, Uncle Freezie. I'm going to talk to you today about winning and how to become great at it. So let me do a banner. I'm going to do a banner and put it here at the bottom. So it'll be the title track of this. I want to scroll it and then bim. All right. So today I'm going to talk about winning and how to be great at it, right? The one thing about winning, the one thing we know about winning is that a lot of people want to win. Core Mega is in the building. DSJ, what's good, man? I see you. So what we know about winning is a lot of people want to win, right? A lot of people want to win, but a lot of people don't know how to become great at winning, right? Winning should be a mindset, a way of life, right? Now, you're not going to win everything. No one person is going to win everything. So for those that think winning is about winning everything, right? Right. For every Tom Brady, there's a Jim Kelly, right? For every Floyd Mayweather, there's a Buster Douglas, so to speak. So to speak. So when we talk about winning, the first thing we should do is establish what it is that we want to win at. What is it that we want to win at? Right? What is it that we want to win at? Right? What is it? And if that thing is attainable, right? And things that are attainability, if that's a word, is merely a reflection on the resources that are available to you. I'll give an example. If you want to be the best marathon runner on the planet, what resources are available to you? Do you have the genetics to do it, the genes to do it? Do you have the drive to do it? Do you have the resources to training to do it? Do you have the environment to become the best marathon runner on the planet? Do you have the best support system? Do you have the best discipline? Do you have the best knowledge base? And those are the things, for instance, those are the things that we struggle with. When we have a goal or we have the mindset of winning and we set goals, do we have everything in place, whether it's full bore or whether it's minimal? Do we have the things in place for us to stack our goals so that we will win? Because ultimately, winning can't be the ultimate goal, There has to be something beyond that. Right? Let's start with awareness. Let's start with awareness, right? Let's start with awareness, right? So what is the ultimate goal when we're talking about winning? What's the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal should be the ultimate goal. Whatever the ultimate goal is, right? Say for instance, you want to be that marathon runner. Here's the thing. Be aware. How much experience do you have running marathons? If you're starting from scratch, you have to be aware that there's tremendous struggle ahead of you. There are going to be some things in place like training, structure, diet, sleep habit, recovery, exercise, your mental well being. A lot of these things we have to be aware of where we are as people. We have to be aware of where we are as people. So if your goal is to be successful at something, the first thing we need to establish is or come to um reckoning or a place of reckoning or become aware is what is our starting point. Give another example for you guys that want to do a YouTube channel. Say your goal of winning is not to have the best YouTube channel, it's just to start one, right? You have to be aware or understand that the first goal should be the first goal. And I give an example of the kid in the emergency room with the broken arm. The kid in the emergency room with the broken arm, the doctor is like, "Here, kid, I wrapped your cast. Here's a marker for your friends to sign your cast." And you're like, "Yeah, that's cool." Right? We should rewind a few steps first. Before you accept that marker, why are you getting a cast on your arm? Right? Before you get the cast on your arm, why do you need a cast? Before you speak to the broken arm or the emergency room, how did you get to the emergency room? Before your mom put you in the car while you were crying, rewind back further. And as you continue to rewind, you remember the very first goal was to ride your bike. That was the very first goal, right? Be a good bike rider. That was your goal, right? But as you became a decent bike rider, you shifted your goal from being a good bike rider to someone that wanted to pop willies. Anybody in the chat know anything about popping willies? Anybody, whether you live in the city or the country, wherever you live, you remember what it was like to get your first bike and you learned to ride your bike, right? And then all of a sudden, you were trying to snatch the handlebars off the ground. Now you were trying to pop willies and such. What happened was when you got on that bike, the first goal was to be a great bike rider. And as you became an average bike rider, you shifted goals into someone that wanted to pop wheelies. And as you shifted, I can't believe I spelled winning wrong, y'all. Hold on. Let me edit this. Winni. There we go. Winning and how to become great at it. There we go. All right. But as you became a great bike rider, or as you became a good bike rider and then a very good bike rider, you shifted goals and started popping wheelies. Where your initial goal was to be a great bike rider. You shifted the goal. Mom, look at me doing the wheelie. Your mom saw you lift that handlebar, and before she could say, "Don't do that," you lost control of the bike, hit a tree, broke your arm, started crying. Your mom put you in the car. She took you to the emergency room. You waited in the emergency room. The doctor x-rayed your arm, saw that your arm was broken. He put the bones back in place so they could heal, and then put a cast on it, and then offered you a marker. Well, what happened was you took your eye off the initial goal. When you took your eye off the initial goal, you went down a path that you were not prepared to go down. You went down a path you were not necessarily you were not planned or maybe even destined to go down that path. What you did is you created a new route and it slowed your progress. Stay focused. Stay aware. The goal that you set for yourself, it should be the thing that you accomplish first and then set other goals. See, the thing about achieving goals and goal setting and aspiration and achievement, it's not always about motivation. Some of it is about focus, right? For instance, if you want to be a bodybuilder, you don't have to go in day one, lift all the weights in the gym. You just have to establish a consistent habit. Practice makes perfect. Continue going on that path. Be aware. DSJ says, do we have to learn to accept defeat before we become great at winning in whatever field we are trying to succeed in? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. But here's the thing about accepting defeat. Accepting defeat doesn't mean you're a loser. Accepting defeat means you tried the very best that you can do. It wasn't good enough. You learned all along the way. And now the next time you encounter this situation, you apply the new training that you put in place from the valuable lessons that you learned. And I hate to sound cliche, but we shouldn't look at losses as defeat. because you can lose, but it doesn't mean you're defeated. You can become defeated. It doesn't mean you're a loser. Every time I reference dog, my dog Benny goes crazy. In life, you're going to be faced with obstacles. Some of it have to do with the goals you set, and some of it has to do the world outside of you existing. Right? Just because you have a goal doesn't mean that other 8 billion people on this planet are interested in your goal. I would say the large majority of those people are not. They could care less what your goal is, unless it aligns with your goal. Yo, Andios NYK is in the building. Comega, what's good? What's good? Bless up, bless up, bless up. So we're talking about. So we're talking about winning and how to become great at it, right? The thing with winning is set your goal, right? When you have nebulous goals, you'll have nebulous results. When you have unclear goals, you're going to have unclear results. When you have cloudy goals, you're going to have cloudy results. Right? The thing is winning is not is not always a byproduct of always being the best. You don't have to be the best athlete to be the best golfer. You don't always have to be the best athlete to be the best basketball player. Right? You don't have to be the most well-spoken person to get your point across. But what you do have to be, and consider this as a life lesson, is convicted about the goal that you have. If you are, give an example. Give an example. I'm in sales. I do sales for a living. And what I do is I set daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, and yearly goals. Right? I set weekly goals because I might not win every day. I set monthly goals because I may not win every week. I set quarterly goals because I may not win every month. I set yearly goals because I may not win every quarter. But what I will be throughout is persistent with clear, attainable goals. And I won't take my eyes off of what the goals are. Give an example. Last year in 2022, and listen, and when I say this, when I say this, it's not me. Just take everything into context, okay? So around last June or July, maybe, I think I made $20,000 in a week, something like that, like 20 something, whatever it is. something, right? I had a goal. So my goal was not $20,000, but it happened, right? And mind you, I work for a company. So all this money is not coming into my pocket or whatever. It's all me investing it back into a company, right? A company. So I make this money and or get this sale. And man, man, Uncle Freezie, you did something. And I took my eyes off, and then I went like 9 weeks without making a dime, right? Because going back to the other lesson I was talking about, the kid breaking his arm, I stopped thinking about being a good bike rider and started popping wheelies and messing around and got off track. And it happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. We'll take maybe a little success and get so proud of that little success that we take our eyes off of the initial goal. It happens to all of us. And so what I had to do was recalibrate. Hey, Uncle Freezie, get your head back in the game. Stay focused. Stay focused. The goal is this. This is your goal every week. Stay focused on that goal every week. And even if you exceed that goal, don't adjust the goal yet. Stay focused on the initial goal. If the initial goal is, just for a safe round number, if the initial goal is $1,000 a week, and I'm talking about in sales, right? If the goal is $1,000 a week, stay focused on that $1,000 a week. That's the goal you set, right? There will come a time for you to reassess your goals. I'm gonna speak to King Ribby on this one. King Ribby, this one's for you. Have you ever been around someone that produced music and their goal is to be a great artist, right? But then something happens where they produce a great song and people praise them for that song, right? And what happens is, instead of staying focused on the goal, we focus on the accolades that came along with that great song. And this is for King Ribby. This is my man, King Ribby. Shout out to Brooklyn, New York. A artist wants to produce a bunch of great music. It starts off slow. They produce a great song, and all of a sudden they're distracted by what comes along with the things that revolve around that great song, as opposed to continuing to grind on their goals. I'm asking King Ribby that. I don't know if King Ribby's still in the chat or not, but I was asking King Ribby. What I'm saying to you is success is nebulous. You can find success in anything. I was successful by starting this live stream. I was successful by creating these videos that y'all are watching. Right? You can find success in anything, right? But can you win? King Ribby says, say that again. I got you. I got you, King Ribby. Have you ever been around someone that produces music and their goal is to continuously produce great music, right? That's their goal. Their goal is to continuously produce great music. But one day they produce a smash and they forget about the original goals and reap the rewards and benefits of that smash that they created. Have you ever been around somebody that produces, that wants to be a great producer of music, whether you're an artist, a singer, rapper, whatever it is, and your goal is to say your goal is to be a Timbaland, but you produce maybe a song called Timmy Turner. Timmy Turner, Life the Burner, something, 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 right? Say you produce a song like Timmy Turner, and instead of keeping your eyes on the prize and instead of continuing to try to be a Timbaland type producer, you see the benefits of a Timmy Turner and you go down that road. You perform it everywhere you go, right? You're known for Timmy Turner, right? And then when the benefits of Timmy Turner slow down, you try to go back to being a Timbaland type of maybe movie record producer or whatever it is. And now the train has passed you by. Now you've lost too much steam. Now you've lost too much steam. Now you have to start your building process all over again. Just like the example of the kid that just wanted to be a great bike rider, started popping willies, broke his arm. Now he can't ride his bike. He's got to wait. Now his mom is going to be nervous about him riding bikes. Now she's going to try to insulate him by putting on extra protective gear when he was a good bike rider and just made a mistake of taking his eyes, losing focus. Losing focus. We got to be aware of what it is that we want. Our goals can't be nebulous. Cowboy Bob is in the building. What's good, Cowboy Bob? We got to kind of keep our eyes on the goal. Set your goal and achieve it. Once you achieve a goal, then reset and set another. The one thing I notice about people that are passionate about a certain thing, hey, Cowboy Bob, we good, boss. We good, man. We good. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I just want to get through this thing real quick. I'm gonna put the link in the chat because I want to get y'all's advice on a lot of this stuff. I want to get y'all input, but I have a thing prepared here that I want to go through really quickly. The thing I noticed about people that want to be successful is they forget about the characteristics of winning. Are you a winner? Do we accept praise as value as validation? If somebody praises you, do you accept that as success? You should not. I'll give an example. I'm going to use DSJ. I praise DSJ a lot, right? Because I'm part of his support system, right? But DSJ should not look at that as success, right? DSJ's success, DSJ winning is him achieving his ultimate goal. All of us, say for instance, all of us saying, yeah, DSJ, that was great. That's not success, that's support. Success is something beyond that. Success is that goal that DSJ set. One other thing. So I have well, not one other. I have about 3 or 4 other things really quickly. I'm going to cover them really quick, and then I'm going to put the link in the chat to have the conversation with you guys. The one of the things that I want everyone to recognize is be at peace with the obstacles. Just because something's an obstacle or someone is an obstacle doesn't mean they're a hater. They may have their own agenda. They may have their own goals. And by asking them to set their goals aside for you may not be the way. For instance, I'm going to use me and King Ribby and myself, right? I own a club, right? I own a club and I have a certain type clientele that spends money at this club often. It's a leisurely lounge. I don't get a lot of people coming in there. It's usually about 25 to 30 that come in, that they frequent. They get the same drinks. I know what they drink. As soon as I see them walk in the door, I'm like, hey, Miss Doris, Chuck here. Oh, Chuck can't. Oh, I know what to get, Chuck. Not the Chuck that we know. I'm talking about a different Chuck. I'm talking about a down here Chuck. Not the Chuck that we know. Hey, Miss Doris, Chuck here. Oh, okay. Chuck, what you gonna eat, man? We just got the wings in yesterday. They all seasoned up. You're like, yeah, man. I'm the usual man. I need lemon pepper wings, and I need such and such drink. All right, Chuck. We know that already. We gonna bring the lemon pepper wings to you. We got some new sides though. What kind of sides? These are the sides. Such and such a do. And this is all while she entering and paying and all this stuff. To come in the door and all that stuff. Right? And Chuck will come in and he'll spend his $45-$50. We have a lady that's gonna sing. Miss Gladys is gonna be performing with the house band. The house band's gonna be performing. She'll do some older songs that fit the crowd that's there. right? But then I talked to King Ribby, and King Ribby is going to be like, yo, Uncle Freezie, nah, man. Nah, I know, hey, man, I know your clientele is whatever, but we got to get crunk in here. No, we can't get crunk. Not in here. It's a nice, steady stream of income. For me, I'm not going to disrupt that because, King Ribby wants to bring another style into the place. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it's the same crowd. It's that crowd is somewhere between 35 and 75 years old, right? They're going to come in, they're going to hang out. They know we got pool tables in the back. They know that we have been singing. They know we're going to have singing and stuff on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursdays and Mondays, we're going to have an in-house DJ just playing music, right? And so that makes this place, the place will probably make about $1,000 a day. So that's about $5,000 a week, right? And I know that doesn't sound like a lot of money, but we don't want to disrupt that, right? The club basically pays for itself. Everybody in there is getting paid. So should we disrupt that with King Ribby because King Ribby wants to come in and do rap music on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights? Our goal is one thing. His goal is something else. We are probably an obstacle to King Ribby, but King Ribby should be at peace with this obstacle. It's not that we don't like King Ribby. It's just that we have our own agenda. And King Ribby should probably be at peace with that. Right? Just like I'm going to be at peace with it being a leisurely lounge. All the things are set up for King Ribby to be successful in there, right? But we don't want that type of music and crowd in there. We don't want to drive off our existing client base. No disrespect to King Ribby. We love King Ribby. We might even refer him to someone else. It'd be like vice versa with King Ribby. King Ribby has a hip hop lounge where they just go in hip hop Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And I talked to King Ribby about slowing it. Hey, King Ribby, Saturday nights, man, let's slow this thing down, man. Let's turn it into a leisurely lounge, man. Let me get Miss Gladys to come in here and sing. And he'd be like, nah, man, we lit. No. You just got to be at peace with it. Everybody's agenda is not always going to line up. And it's not because we dislike each other. It's just because we have different goals. And if we have different goals and we say it respectfully, no, brother, I just got a different plan for this place. Right? Right? It's no disrespect. No disrespect. It's just that this place is reserved for a certain thing. It's successful, right? We want to keep this thing going as long as we can. We don't care about growing it. We just want to keep it as is. We just want to keep it steady. That's our goal. We just got to be at peace with obstacles. Because what happens is when you're not at peace with obstacles, sometimes you form bad habits. Like we'll form bad habits because we feel like others are out to get us or against us, right? And we got to destroy these habits, man, these bad habits. Just because somebody likes pork and another person likes chicken, it doesn't mean it's a religion-based argument that should lead to Armageddon. Relax. It's only pork and chicken. right? Just because somebody eats pork and love it, and others eat chicken and fish and love it, doesn't mean we have to be diametrically opposed and take this thing outside and fight. We got to relax. You have to keep our eyes on these goals. What is your goal? Anything that prevents you from reaching your goal, you have to assess it, right? And once you get rid of those bad habits, man, you got to stay disciplined. You got to stay disciplined. Whatever works for you getting towards your goal, you have to stay disciplined in it. You have to stay disciplined. You have to get your eyes set on that goal, lock in, and drive towards it. Stay disciplined. Got to stay disciplined. And discipline is not as hard as what people think. Discipline is merely staying locked in regardless of what the outside factors are telling you that you should do, right? Stay focused. Stay focused. Winning is not easy. Winning is not easy. You got to stay focused on the goal regardless of what's happening outside. You got to stay focused on it, man. Because things outside or think or for instance, I use the example. I use the example that just because you have a goal doesn't mean that everybody else is going to co-sign your goal. Some people don't care what your goal is unless it affects them directly. Some people don't care. Say for instance, you want to be an R&B singer. Some people don't care. Some people just pumping their gas. And you walk up to them, you're like, "Hey man, I'm a struggling R&B singer. You know, this is my CD or whatever. You could check me out." Like, bruh, I'm just trying to pump my gas, brother. I'm just trying to get home to my wife and kids. And you take that as a slight. But did you hear what he said? That person said, "Man, I'm just trying to get home to my wife and kids." Immediately, we should be thinking like, "Yeah, man, hey, bro, safe travels, bro. Safe travels." And step off and go do your own thing. But if you heard that and said, "Man, that dude was hating," he talking about he trying to get home to his wife and kids. Winning and how to be great at it. Be disciplined. Be at peace with obstacles. Winning isn't easy. Stay focused. Set goals. Do all these things that so that you can move towards winning. And also keep in mind, right, that you winning, it does not always mean someone else has to lose. Just because you win doesn't mean that someone else has to lose. Wiz is in the building. We definitely have to be aware and have awareness of where we are as people. We have to constantly reassess where we are. And if you're in sales, for all my salespeople, really quick, I wrote down some notes, right? If you're in sales like myself, this is for my salespeople, and I'm gonna speak to the artists as well. But for my salespeople, for my salespeople, for those of y'all that are commission and commission plus salary plus commission, to all my people that do that, get meetings, get them, stay on the phone. Don't take no for an answer, right? Right? Don't sell the product, sell what the product gives people, right? Don't sell the product. All the products, man, listen, every product you ever come across, ever as a consumer, and I'm talking to Wiz right now, right? So I'm going to talk to Wiz. Wiz, have you ever purchased a car? Wiz, have you ever bought a car? So here's the thing with buying a car. I can guarantee, I'll almost bet you that the car salesman that you was talking to has competition all over town. If you've ever bought a car, if you've ever stopped at a car dealership, Wiz says, no, I've only purchased 14. Right. And Wiz, you know what? You may out of those 14 cars you purchased, I'm almost willing to bet that you probably bought those 14 cars from about 9 or 10 different people. Don't sell the product, sell what the product provides. For all my salespeople out there, don't sell the product, sell what the product provides. Right? Like if you ever notice when you watch a car commercial, the car commercial is rarely focused on the dealer and customer relationship. In most of these car commercials, you see those cars on the open road selling what that car provides. Or the car, even if the car is in the dealership, is talking about all the features and benefits that car provides you. Oh, it's got Bluetooth, it's got such and such navigation, it's got such and such steering, it's got such and such horsepower. All these things that product provides, right? For my salespeople, when you are looking to establish clientele, establish a relationship, right? Let them know in that initial meeting, sell yourself and what you can provide to them. Make sure those people always remember who you are. Ensure that you come across likable. Be yourself. Everyone's not going to like you, right? Everybody's not going to like you. It's just what it is. Whether you're tall or short, Hollywood handsome, regular, wealthy, everyday, it doesn't matter because people have their own sensibilities. People have their own sensibilities. For instance, for instance, my clients like me for being an everyday guy. I'm not Hollywood handsome. I'm not wealthy. I'm everyday. A client, I just talked to one of my clients just now. It was like, hey man, Uncle Freezie, what are you doing? Man, listen, I'm in this office, man. I gotta get outside and get some air, bro. I gotta get outside and get some air. Why you gotta get some air, man? I've been cooped up in this office all day, just making calls. Really? You been in the office all day? Yep. I'm gonna take the dogs outside and walk the dogs up and down the block for a little while. You know what I'm saying? To get myself back together. Some people like hearing that. They like the everyday guy. Now, others are more impressed with the Hollywood handsome, well to do sales guy. The guy that looks like $1,000,000. The guy that looks like he just stepped out of a GQ magazine. Some people like that guy. And while I can pretend to be that guy, I choose not to. I would rather be the best version of Uncle Freezie every day. I don't want to be anybody else. I want to be myself. I think I could pull that off better than anybody else. But the people that you meet, it's up to them to decide whether they are going to like you or not. But the best thing to do is to put your best foot forward, establish a relationship. Let them know, even if you can't sell them something today or they'll buy something from you today, that you're always around and that you're stable. We just have to be rock steady, right? We just have to be rock steady. Get that person's contact information. Reach out to them occasionally. Hey, brother, how you doing? Oh, yeah, she graduating this summer? Oh, okay. What school is she going to? Oh, that's a long ways away, man. How are you and the missus gonna take that? Yeah, I know. I kind of went through that a little bit myself. Hey, when we initially met, man, we talked about such and such. Oh, now's not a good time? When is a good time? You just need some time to think about some stuff. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna always be around. I'm gonna always be around, right? So I'll probably check on you, man, in 2 or 3 months. Oh, you don't. Oh, not that long. Oh, you want to meet next week? Okay, all right. I'll tell you what. I'll email you using a calendar, and you just pick out an appointment date, and then we'll get to. Oh, tomorrow. No need. You want to get together tomorrow? Um, how about tomorrow at 6 o'clock? At Atlanta Bread. Okay. I'll see. Hey, man. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Atlanta Bread, 6 o'clock. It's how it is. That's how it is, man. You have to always, for my salespeople, you have to always establish these contacts, establish a rapport. Let people know that you're likable, right? That you're a real person, right? That you're a person in their community. And once you speak to this person, always make sure you get referrals. If you do a great job serving the customer, if you do a great job serving the customer, the least the both of you guys can do, both parties, is get referrals. Get referrals from the people that you service because they'll speak highly of you because you provided a great product and that you were likable. One other thing for my salespeople, for my salespeople, make sure you get on social media and make sure you look professional. Because when people see you on social media, their first impression is genuinely or generally their lasting impression. And you don't want to have to convince people that Facebook post of you drinking 24 beers at one time is not how you are every day. Right? What you want to do is have a pristine social media presence. You want people's first opinion of you is their first contact with you. You don't want it to be, you don't want to have to unconvince, and I know that's not a word, right? But you don't want to have to unconvince people about what they saw and then try to convince them on yourself and what the product provides. For my salespeople, if you're not a smooth talker, this is another thing. If you're not a smooth talker, if you're not inherently conversational, if your vocabulary may be limited, and it's not saying that you're not a smart person, some of us just choose to use shorter words. It just makes sense. But if you're not inherently conversational, write a script and read it. Practice the script for every situation. You don't want to call somebody and say, "Hey, can I speak to John? Hey, John, I'm trying to sell you insurance." No, 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 no. You don't want to do that. Even if you're likable, right? If you're not conversational, you still may find yourself in that weird catch 22 where they like you, but you're not providing them with anything. And always look to turn strangers into friends. Always look to turn strangers into friends. Just because you meet somebody, you don't know each other. The last thing you want to do, the last thing you want to do when you meet someone new is sell them something. It's not the gas station. Let me get $20 worth of gas on pump 7. No, it's not when you're in sales, make a relationship with somebody. Have them feel like they can't walk away without some contact from you. Sell them on what a relationship with you will provide. Sell them on what a relationship with you will provide. Have them invest in you as if you're investing in them. Because in sales, you don't want a one-time customer and they don't want a one-time salesperson. You want to be their go-to person. And you want them to be your go-to person. Hey, Miss Mary, I'm just coming to check on you. How you doing? Miss Susan told me you fell down in the garden the other day. I'm just calling to check on you. Oh, okay, you just lost your footing. Okay. Okay. How them grandbabies doing? Oh, Brandon them had a baby? Okay, okay. How's Brandon them doing? How they doing with the baby? They getting any sleep? No, that just come with it. They should have known. They should have known that, when you have a baby, you're not gonna get sleep. No. Hey, I was thinking about going over and talking to Brandon about reviewing their insurance and whatever. And she was like, "Yeah, they were asking. They need to get some insurance for the baby, and they want to see if they can update their policies or whatever business you're in, whatever. I'm in insurance, so I speak the insurance part. But if you sell cars, you're like, oh, they had a baby, huh? Brandon's still driving. He's still driving that two-seater. Yeah, he say that's his baby. Well, I'm a go man, Miss Man. I'm gonna go over there and talk to Brandon and see if he want a minivan. When you get a family, you got to start expanding. You got to think differently once you have children. And she'll be like, yeah, you show right. Right? That's how it works, right? For all my artists out there, the ones that aspire to a certain level of greatness and such, stay at it. Don't give up. This is for artists, for salespeople, for grinders, for everybody. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Excuse that, y'all. Invest in yourself. Make yourself better every day. Invest in yourself. Ensure that you are better and get better every day. Right? Improve yourself. When you improve yourself, the things that come from you as a byproduct will be better. Improve yourself, your music will be better. Improve yourself, your conversations will be better. Improve yourself, everything as a byproduct that you touch will be better. All right, y'all. That's all I got. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.